Okay, hello everybody. This is Game Dev Dad again. I got a question on the last video I posted about how to hook up um, your 2011 mid 2011 iMac to the Mackie mixer. So the follow-up question was, how would you do that with a later version um, iMac that only has a single port? So what I think I alluded to it in the last video, that I think that they replaced that port to handle both input and output, and I've actually confirmed that. So what I'm doing is I'm recording this video on a mid 2011 MacBook Air. So the MacBook Air only has one input jack, and the picture of it actually only shows that it is a headphone jack, but it actually is what they call a tip ring sleeve um, jack. And that so if you look over here, you'll see that you have the tip, the ring, the sleeve. This is actually the same jack that's on almost all the Apple products now. So the iPad, the the iPhone, the iPad, the iMacs, the MacBook Pros, and the MacBook Airs. I think they're all using this now. So these are the cables that you're going to be able to, that you're going to need to hook up these newer Apple products to the mixer, the Mackie mixer. And so this first cable I ordered from Amazon, and it's basically a male tip ring sleeve on this side to dual female stereo, 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 inch. And I'll show you on Amazon here. So I think this is the one that I actually purchased. So it has, on one end, it has the tip ring sleeve, as you can see here, tip ring sleeve, and then on the other end it has the dual. One has the microphone picture on it, and one has the headphone picture on it. So obviously, when you plug this one into your iPhone, iMac, or MacBook Pro or MacBook Air, then you plug the microphone and the headphone into the other side. Okay, so then the other cables that you need to hook it up to your mixer are the one that I showed you in the last video. So this is basically 1/8 inch stereo on this side, and it splits it into dual 1/4 inch mono. So I use red as right and black as left. And then this one here is the 1/8 inch stereo, or 3.5 millimeter stereo, male. And these are phono. And I use red for right and white for black. And let's see in this video if I actually show that a little bit closer here. So there's the phono one. Okay, and so in the mixer, same way as in the other video, we'll just play from here. So the phono, I plug into the tape input left and right here. Okay, and then in the same way in the other video, I route the tape input to my headphones so that I can hear what's coming from the computer. And then these are the alt 3-4 outputs from the back of the Mackie. And the other commenter actually mentioned a Behringer. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but he mentioned that mixer, and I believe I looked it up online, and they also have the alt outputs on the back of their mixer too. So that's where you would plug in those 1/4 inch phonos. Okay, so I think I have another video of how I did a video of how I actually hooked it up. So it's this one. So basically you take the tip ring sleeve, plug it in to basically you can see how I mentioned that it only shows that it's a headphone jack, but this is actually a tip ring sleeve jack, so it has both audio input and audio output if you use this tip ring sleeve. If you just use a normal headphone cable that's just a stereo, 1/8 inch stereo, then of course you'll only get the output. So you plug that side in there. You watch my camera shake around because I have unsteady hands. And then the hard part is recognizing which one is stereo and which one is the headphone and which one is the microphone. I don't know if it focuses. Yeah, that looks like the microphone input there. And video will continue as I try to pick up and plug in. So that plugs into there, and then I think because I'm actually plugging in the headphone one here, sorry, and then that's going to go into the tape input. So that basically means since it's a headphone jack, it means the output from the computer is going to go into the headphone or the tape input of the mixer, and then I can monitor what's coming from the computer. And the last video is hooking up the second part. So this is the microphone jack. I don't know if I ever got it on film, but that's the microphone side of the splitter. And then this is the, oh, maybe I'm going to get it here. It's hard to focus. Okay, so that's the microphone side. And then you plug the other cable, which is 1/8 inch stereo, to the dual 1/4 inch mono, and that goes into the back into the alt 3/4 ports. Okay, and that's basically how I used this, or how I hooked up this thing, and it works perfectly. And I'm using my condenser microphone that's plugged into the first channel, and you can refer to the first video I made of how I use the mute key to redirect this channel through the alt 3/4 bus. Maybe I'll just throw up. Let me see. This is a Mackie 1202 VLC Pro is my mixer, I think. So I can show you real quick on the diagram here. Okay, so I have this microphone plugged into the XLR input up here, and then here's the mute key, and you'll see underneath the mute key, if I zoom in, okay, so if I zoom in here, you'll see that down on the mute button it actually also says alt 3/4, which means if something's plugged into that alt 3/4 at the back, here's the alt 3/4, then it'll redirect. When you mute that channel, it'll redirect. So if I wanted to speak through two microphones, I could actually mute those two channels, and then it would all go through alt 3/4. And then here's where the tape input comes in, and this is the control room section of the mixer. So I have tape pushed down so that I can actually monitor on my headphones what's happening on the computer and what's also happening on the alt 3/4. So I have both alt 3/4 pushed down and tape pushed down. So I can hear what's coming through the alt 3/4 bus, and I can also hear what's coming through the tape, through the computer output. And that way, if I wanted to overdub, so if I wanted to play a video that's on the computer, playing from the computer, and then I wanted to record some voice over top of that, I could hear what's going on through the tape, and then also what I'm recording over top. Okay, so again, if there's any questions, please add them to the comments of this video, and hopefully this clears up some of the questions of how to use that single port input-output on the iMac, the MacBook Pro, the MacBook Air, the iPhone, or the iPad, most of the Apple devices. Okay, thank you. Bye.